Anyway, I had a fun week. Well, part of the week was fun. Part of the week sucked. But I'm going to talk about the part of the week that was fun. And that was the part where I went camping with my son, and we shot a bunch of prairie dogs. It was a hoot. He had only... we pulled off to the side of the road one time out west, and he popped one, like fired 3 or 4 rounds. This time we were out there pretty much just to do that. I had these big designs of, let's like go out to the Black Hills and do whatever, go hiking and stuff out in the hills. And I realized, Sturgis is going on. This is a terrible idea. We're not going to the actual Black Hills. That would be awful. But yeah, we got there on Monday evening, got set up. He wanted to use my dad's .223 bolt action because it's the gun he likes shooting. But here's the funny thing. I didn't actually verify zeros of anything that we brought out there. Nothing. Well, I take that back. My 6 ARC I had zeroed with my varmint ammo. But otherwise, the other 2 rifles I had not zeroed. I knew the 6 Creedmoor was zeroed from the last time I shot deer with it, or got ready for deer season, and it was close to the same weight bullet, which doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it's actually going to impact in the same place.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, it pretty much did. So it was fun. We were, Asaya was getting so frustrated. I don't know if I've said his name on the show before. His name is spelled Esia. It's an old biblical translation of Isaiah. His great grandpa, it was his middle name, and that's how he ended up with it. Anyway, he was getting frustrated with the .223 because he couldn't hit anything. All it has is like a duplex reticle, just crosshair. There's no notches for holdover or anything. So he's getting frustrated. He's not hitting anything. He did hit one. You just went blurry. You're not close enough to the screen for it to notice your face is a face.
These are these things we're learning.
Oh, you went all blurry. We need to get you just a black background.
Yeah, I think they make like a foldable, like green background.
Yeah. Is that your TV behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
Shut it off.
No, it's fine. It's not a problem. I just was curious because it's blurry. So it's either a window or a TV. I couldn't tell. Anyway, my son's getting frustrated because he's not hitting anything. He hit. I thought he hit one, but if he did, he hit it low, and the dirt went flying everywhere, and it was hard to tell. So then the next day, I said, "Why don't you try the 6 ARC, the AR?" And because that thing was, I had hit a few the night before, and he lines one up about 160 yards. He shoots it, and the thing fucking exploded. Like, if you could imagine a prairie dog literally, like, separating into pieces and, like, his innards opening up, it was... I realize who I'm talking to, and Jeff is not impressed, but it was awesome.
I've shot, like, several birds with a BB gun. That is the full extent of my killing.
And, but here's the funny part. So I'm like, yeah, good shot. And he kind of jumps like, ah! And I'm like, what's going on? Well, I was laying next to him, like as his spotter with the binoculars, and he was to my left. Well, the AR kicked the brass to the right. It bounced off my head or shoulder or something and then landed right on his forearm.
Yeah.
And stopped.
Yeah.
And so he's got this little, like, 3/4 of an inch little blister, very skinny blister on his forearm.
Brass finds a way.
It does. I had one, when was that? Oh, it was in my class on Saturday. I was standing next to a guy shooting, and one of his cases landed right between the tongue of my shoe and my sock.
Oof.
And it hurt. It didn't, like, burn me, but it was hot. It hurt through the sock. It was crazy. But, no, we probably fired... probably a total. I mean, for some people who do prairie dog shooting, this is going to sound like a small number. We probably fired about 75 rounds, between 75 and 100. The towns we were sitting on, though, were it was kind of like you shoot a little bit and then they all go down in their holes and then you got to wait for a while. And I'm not just like going bam, 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 like throwing bullets all over. I mean, these are hand loads, pretty much all of them, so I'm not wasting them. But no, it was fun. I shot a prairie dog with my Glock 34.
Oh, wow.
This was fun. It wasn't crazy far. It was kind of far. It was like 37 yards or so. There was.
I mean, that's a far distance.
And prairie dogs aren't big. No. It was on the third shot though. I didn't hit it first try.
That doesn't matter. You shot a like hand-sized target at 37 yards with a 9mm pistol.
Yeah, well, the first shot was low and a bunch of dirt flew up and he was still sitting there on top of the little burrow thing. And so then I held just a little bit higher and the bullet hit dirt behind him exactly where my dot was. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to hold top of his back and nice, easy trigger press, pull the trigger, and he went flying backwards. The thing that was frustrating, though, is like I'm quite sure I hit him. My son saw it fly backwards, but we got over there and didn't find it. Like it wasn't laying there dead. So, but sometimes they will like drag them underground to keep them away from rattlesnakes and coyotes and stuff. So like it doesn't bring them out, to eat all of them.
Right.
Even the ones that are still running around. But yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, we had a good time. It's so fun. It's because
I have to take your word for it.
They're mosquitoes. You're just swatting bugs.
I'm currently on the shit list with Todd and Michelle because I can't find a prairie dog hunt to save my life. And then you go find one, and our buddy Bill went and found one, and it's just like, oh.
I have a map. Like the ranger station, the Fort Pierre National Grassland ranger station has a map with all of the prairie dog towns on the national grassland land and road maps and the whole nine.
You just drive up and
drive up. Yeah. I mean, you got to stay within 30 feet of the roads, and some of the roads are pretty shitty. Some of them are pretty good. There was one that actually had gravel on it. Like if you've ever driven on Forest Service roads, they're not usually gravel. This one was gravel for quite a ways where we were camping, but no, it's a good time. You can camp wherever you want. You just pitch the tent. We only camped one night. That kind of sucked. We only got to, and it rained on us. There was like this one little tiny thunderstorm. We went to sleep watching Back to the Future on the iPad. And so, lightning, thunder at the end of Back to the Future. And then I kind of fell asleep and I woke up to thunder rumbling and I'm like, why is the iPad so loud? And then I opened my eyes and then there's like flashing everywhere outside the tent.
Am I in 1873?
Yeah, I went back in time. And so it was just a little thunderstorm. It wasn't a big deal. But then the next night there was like hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds. So we got a hotel room because there was supposed to be bad storms coming. And so we didn't actually do all that much camping. But it was still fun. We had a good time. If you have the opportunity to shoot prairie dogs somewhere, highly recommend. For sure.